Hello and welcome back to Mr. Mayor's Book Chats. Talk to you about four new books that I've got here at the library. These are four books that I think you will enjoy, all very different. First one is called Ordinary Hazards by Nikki Grimes. This is a memoir, so it's a true story of Nikki Grimes, who is a very well-known author, but this is of her life growing up with a mother who was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia, also an alcoholic, and her dad was out of the picture for most of her early life. And she had a rough childhood, terrorized by babysitters, in and out of foster family and foster care after foster family. And she felt like she could never trust anybody. And her mom would get it together for a while, so she'd be back with mom and a new boyfriend, but then mom would have another episode and she'd be sent off to another foster family. And when she was very young, she discovered that she liked to write, and she could just have a paper and a pencil and get all her feelings down, and that helped her out. And she discovered the magic and impact of writing. This is told in verse, so it won't take you that long to read, but it's gritty, it's hard hitting, but ultimately it is a story of hope because, she becomes this fantastic human being, even with all of the struggles that she dealt with. The next book is called Michigan vs. the Boys, a sports book. And I love this book because Michigan is a girl who plays hockey. Hockey is her life. And it's her year to shine. It's her senior year, and she's just made captain. But she gets news that her school, because of budget cuts, is going to cut the girls' hockey program. And if she wants colleges to notice her, she has to find a way to play. But she doesn't have the money to go to a different league. So she decides that she is going to try out for the boys' team. And the boys' team isn't exactly welcoming, but Michigan is going to do everything in her power to prove herself that she belongs there. And she does belong there. She has the talent to play with these boys, but the boys don't want her on the team and make her life miserable. And it's up to her to kind of keep with it and to show her, the rest of the team, that she belongs. This is the first book that I've ever read that has a female protagonist who plays hockey. And they treat her this isn't a book about a girl athlete. It's about an athlete that just happens to be a girl. The next book, The Thousandth Floor. This is kind of a dystopian book. It takes place in the year 2118 in New York City. And New York City during this year is kind of the city for the best of the best. It's got incredible technology and all kinds of wealth. Anybody who is anybody lives in New York City. And there is this huge tower at the center of the city, 1,000 floors high. And kind of the more important you are, the more money you have, the higher floor that you live on. But there's also thousands of secrets in this tower. And the story is told in 5 different perspectives. And from the very first chapter, you find out that somebody has jumped or somebody was thrown off of the 1,000th floor and died. And it's kind of throughout the book, you're trying to figure out what exactly happened on that night. And the last book I'm going to talk to you about, this is kind of a big one, but it is Fountains of Silence by Ruta, the author of Salt of the Sea and Between Shades of Grey. This takes place in Madrid, Spain in 1957. And I loved this book because it takes place after World War II. And, I knew about Mussolini and Hitler and Stalin, but I had no idea that in Spain there was this fascist dictator named Francisco Franco. And during this time, Franco is hiding a dark secret. But in 1957, he opened up Spain to American tourists. And the main character, Daniel, is the son of an oil tycoon. and he goes with his dad and his mom to Spain. And he is a photojournalist, and he takes a picture the first day he's there, and kind of doesn't know what the picture is about, but it's just very unsettling to him. And then he meets Anna, one of the workers in this brand new hotel. And Anna's family has some past and with Franco. And the more that Daniel finds out about Franco and Spain, he sees kind of this dark underbelly of what's really going on and wants to help out the people that are being persecuted in Spain. Fascinating book. It's got very short chapters like Ruta Sepetys' other books. Highly, highly, highly recommend this if you like historical fiction. As always, come see me down in the library. We can talk books.